Okay, now it's on.
Good evening, everybody. Gloria, my cameraman is just joining us. Okay, so hi, I'm Tina Marie Christian.
Hi, I'm Gloria Morgan.
And we're trying to use technology to reach out to our Splatsin members to keep you informed and give you an update on what we're doing with the development of the Splatsin custom election code. Go ahead. Say something.
Yes, and, and it's been going on for a long time. The development of this code has been going on since about the early 1980s. And council decided it was time that we got this show on the road. So we've been given a contract, Tina Marie and I, to have this work done, completed by November 30th so that we can move on to the next stages of having the election code approved. We've already had one information meeting and 2 readings. We've had one focus group with the elders, and we're having another focus group next week, and then hopefully another focus group with the youth.
So we're now moving into sort of the final home stretch. Things have gone very, very well. We've been very pleased with the participation of people in the community meetings and the online presence that we've had on Facebook. The other thing that we've done is that we've had 2 surveys, and hopefully some of you who are watching this also participated in those surveys. In those surveys we asked people what they thought about different sections of the code, and did they want this or did they want that, did they agree with something or did they disagree with it. And then of course there's always room for them to make comments.
What's amazing is that in all the feedback from all of the community members so far, and the discussion sessions that we held in our community hall, almost everything that you've set out there in feedback and surveys and questions and so on is almost identical to what the people in the community hall are saying during these meetings.
Mm-hmm. And as we've now into that last stretch of putting all of these different pieces together, there's 12 sections of the code that we're looking at, and for those of you who have been participated in our elections before, it's pretty much all the same familiar stuff. But there's 12 sections. So as we've put those 12 sections together, the comments and the feedback from people have just really fit together very nicely. And I think that once people take a look at the final document, they'll be pleased with what they see, and they will recognize why some of those pieces are in there and where they came from in terms of the changes. Mm-hmm.
Exactly. So talking about going into the home stretch, we have a meeting scheduled for Thursday, day after tomorrow, November the 8th. It starts at 5 o'clock in the evening. We'll have supper. I have to say it's going to be lasagna and Caesar salad and some desserts and so on. So it's starting at 5. We hope you get there at 5, have some supper, and then we hope to start the meeting sharp at 6 o'clock.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. One of the things that we should also comment on is that not only have we had support from the communities, but we've had support from a lot of support from some of the people on council, and that, of course, as we know, that when the leadership is behind something, we know that things will happen, and we're really confident that this time, once we finish this last little piece, that our long-awaited for custom election code will pass. Mm-hmm.
And we will be live streaming this last meeting as well, because we've had the information meeting, we've had first reading, second reading, and this is third and the final reading. We'll be live streaming that as well, so if you're out there and can't be at the meeting this Thursday, we want you to tune in to the live live streaming that's going on, because at some point in the future you will be asked in a referendum, do you accept this code and say yes, or do you reject it and say no? So we have probably at least a year for you to get a copy of this code. You can have it in hard copy. If you get a hold of the band office, they can send it out to you. We'll certainly put it on Facebook in the documents section, and we'll also have it on our Splatsin website. But you'll have about a year, perhaps more, to read it. It's about 50 to 60 pages long. You'll have a year to read it, absorb it, talk to your family members, inform them of what is in there, and then there will be a referendum which will ask you the question, do you accept this or reject it?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And that's a really good point, Gloria, that you brought up in terms of the documents. For those of you who are sort of new and just hearing about this for the first time, within our Facebook page, You can just Google Splatsin custom election code, and we've posted all of our documents at that site, as well as the documents have been posted on the Splatsin website. So if you haven't been to our website, the Splatsin website, go splatsin.ca, and you will see that there's a link in there for the custom election code, and we're posting all the documents there. So even if you don't have printed hard copies, you can still see what we've been doing and can follow the progress. Mm-hmm.
So the process after this, and I don't want to go into too much detail, but there will be a period of time where we have to submit this custom election code in final draft to Indian Affairs in Vancouver. They will review it there. If it's approved there without any amendments, or if there are amendments, they'll send it back and we'll make the changes. Then it will go to Ottawa, and it depends how busy Ottawa is. They will have a look at it, and then they will say it looks okay, so now take it to your people for a referendum to vote yes or no for that code. And then if you vote yes, then it will become law, and at some point in the future we'll use our own code to apply to our own elections.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Good. Good. And I think that kind of brings you up to date, and we look forward to seeing you, and even online if you watch us live streaming on Thursday night, November 8th. There's a place in there where you can type in your questions and comments, and we'll have them read to the group.
Yes.
So anyway, thanks everybody.
Thanks.
We'll see you on Thursday.
Yes, see you.
Bye-bye.